Do you know that history remembers a man whom even his enemies believed to be a magician? A man before whom massive armies trembled, yet he carried no magic wand, no spells, no tricks. His true magic was his character, his faith, and his extraordinary wisdom. This was a time when Jerusalem was under the control of the Crusaders. The Muslim world was divided, weak and drowning in despair. The enemy was powerful, well-equipped, and convinced of its own invincibility. Then from the darkness one name began to rise, Salahuddin Ayyubi. People said, "This man cannot be ordinary." Whenever he entered the battlefield, the situation would suddenly change. Where defeat seemed certain, victory would begin to take shape. The enemies whispered among themselves, "Salahuddin practices magic. He reads our minds. He even bends the weather in his favor." But the truth was different. His magic was knowledge. He defeated his enemies long before the sword was drawn, in the mind. Salahuddin did not sleep peacefully at night. He studied maps, analyzed routes, and understood the psychology of his opponents. He knew that wars are not won on the battlefield alone. Wars are first won in the mind. Once an enemy captive was brought before him, the prisoner expected death. Instead, Salahuddin offered him water, treated his wounds, and set him free. When people asked, "Why release an enemy?" Salahuddin replied, "We conquer lands with the sword, but hearts with character." That is why even his enemies respected him. That is why when Jerusalem was finally liberated, there were no rivers of blood. The city was conquered, yet revenge was not taken. Women were protected, children were spared. Places of worship remained safe. Even Crusader historians later admitted, "We had never seen a conqueror like this before." People called it magic, but in reality, it was discipline. It was patience, it was complete trust in Allah. Despite victory, Salahuddin never became arrogant. Even as a ruler, he slept on the ground. He owned no palaces, no treasures. When he passed away, there was barely enough money left for his burial. Think about that. The man who shook half the world left this world empty-handed. That is true magic. That is real power. Even today, the world searches for shortcuts, tricks, and miracles. But history teaches us that true success is born from character. If you want a miracle in your own life, do not search for magic. Choose knowledge, patience, discipline, and truth. Salahuddin Ayyubi teaches us that one sincere human being is more powerful than 1,000 magicians.